Hello and welcome to Programming Nuts. Today we will do IGNOU MA Sociology MSO 001 Unit 3, that is Theory and Paradigm. As we have already told you that we will continue this series now starting with Unit 3 of MSO 001. In this chapter we will learn about meaning of theory, contribution of Marx, Durkheim and Weber to social theory and classical and contemporary theories. What is theory? Theory refers to the explanation of general principle of an art of science which is constructed with practice. On the basis of practice, we derive certain rules. What is difference between theory and practice? Theory is generally helpful in explaining practice. Theory refers to much higher level of abstraction. Practice is to empirical situation. What is relationship between theory and practice? There are two possibilities. First, theory and practice might be seen as quite distinct from each other. The statement in theory might not work in practice. And the second possibility is theory and practice might be conceived as complementary to each other. They both help in understanding each other. Both theory and practice constitute a whole which could be examined in its own right. In area of logic and philosophy, theory refers to a set of interrelated propositions. Propositions bring condition on the track of scientific research. Thus, before constructing proposition, we must ensure that it fulfills the condition of falsifiability so that it could be accommodated well in theory. What is falsification? In light of new data, existing theories are tested again and again till these existing theories are found capable of explaining data. The moment existing theory fails, it is rejected. Now subtopic 2. Sociological theories. According to nature, meaning and type of sociological theories could be divided into 5 parts. First part, to understand the nature and meaning of sociological theories during its classical age period. Sociology could emerge as separate discipline due to effort of classical age scholars. Second part, nature and type of contemporary sociological theory, shortcoming of classical period, sociology emerging chronologically and conceptually. Third part, recent advances made in sociological theory and sociology as emerging, that is maturing subject and independent. Fourth part, theory and perspective in sociology that characterize subject with new effort and rigor, doubts were clarified. Fifth part, challenges and respond on sociological theory. Now we will take two types of theory. First is in classical period and second is in contemporary period. Subtopic 3, classical sociological theories. Classical era of development of sociology is by theoretical contribution of Auguste Comte, Emile Durkheim, Karl Marx and Max Weber. Era when sociology emerged as a new discipline. It had one central assertion to have scientific study. Prior to its emergence, philosophers' reflection, literary romanticism and criticism and people's own individual conceptions and had characterized society. Society displayed its own internal statics and dynamics. Now we will first see the work of Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte was a sociologist and sociology term was coined by him. French sociologist and philosopher. He is known as father of sociology. His most creditable work is Establishment of Sociology as scientific and independent discipline. Before him, philosophy, literature and art reflected society. Subtopic 4. Law of 3 stages. Auguste divided sociology into 2 parts, social statistic and second is social dynamics. It deals with change and equilibrium in society. It referred to hierarchy of science. There are 3 stages that are theological stage, metaphysical stage and scientific stage. Every society passed through these stages. Now in the first stage, that is theological stage, all explanation concerning the event happening in nature were attributed to God, who was supposed to be in full command of the situation. And in second stage, that is metaphysical stage, it refers to the traditional stage where neither as the event taking place in nature were considered neither as a supernatural act nor as based upon scientific explanation. It existed around 14th century. Now the third stage is scientific stage. Here, both theological and metaphysical stage are not considered sufficient. Explanation are examined rigorously. No explanation is final. Each explanation is valid until next and better one is arrived. The assertion may look simple but it actually contains an important philosophy that is widely known as positivism. Philosophy of positivism. Now let's see second sociologist, that is Emile Durkheim. After the essential beginning of Auguste, Emile Durkheim took it forward, the fate of sociology by providing its new strides. Emile Durkheim was a French sociologist. He referred to normal and pathological aspect of society, applied laws of natural science for scientific study of society, virtually demonstrated how it is done. He elaborated his sociological approach in his book, The Role of Sociological Method. Durkheim method of social analysis emphasis on study of social facts. Social fact clarifies his methodological and theoretical formulations. It can be seen in his book Social Fact and help establishing sociology. Sociological formulation begins with Durkheim. His other formulation like the division of labor in society, study of suicide, notion of elementary form of religious life and view on education are all concerned with social fact along sociology. According to Durkheim, social fact are ways of feeling, thinking and acting commonly spread among the people, external to individual and exercising a constraint upon him. Social fact are external and exercise constraint upon individual. Social fact identified by him are rate of crime, rate suicide, division of labor in society and religion. He has given two clues. Social fact should be treated as things, and second, one social fact must be explained with another one, discipline. He had given two objectives. First, to ensure sociology to become virtually scientific, and second, take care sociology remain as inducible subject and doesn't spill into several parts. Now we will talk about third sociologist, Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a philosopher, social scientist and a sociologist. He was from Germany. He solved several academic problems, never claimed to be a sociologist. His sociology is based on formulation that is sociology in nature. His basic formulations were historical materialism, classes and class struggles, theory of surplus value and alienation. His theory was also used as political ideology by various leftist political parties of the world. He discussed principle of dialectics used earlier by G.W.F. Hegel. He gave materialistic interpretation of society with help of dialectic method. Hegel saw society progress through idealism and achieved through dialectics. Marx the progress of society was possible through materialistic dialectics. He emphasized on historical method called historical materialism. We have discussed about Hegel dialectic and idealism philosophy in chapter 1. You can refer if you want to know that also. Now continuing. Materialistic interpretation of society mainly induce people. The social situation it helps in shaping the ideas of people. His formulation were related to classes and class struggle. Karl Marx with Friedrich Engels clarified that all known period have class struggle. Slave society had classes of master and slave. Feudal society had feudal lords and serfs. Capitalistic society had capitalists and workers. Struggle for sake of ownership and control over production were continued different classes. Working class was discussed by Marx and Engels in context of capitalistic society like exploitation theory of surplus value, alienation and revolutionary potential of working class. Emergence of socialist society without any class and communist society. Writing of Marx have clarity of thoughts, new interpretation about society, progressive ideology and a call for the emancipation of people. His ideas were coherent and precise. Today, sociological interpretation is examined with Marxist perspective. Now let's talk about Weberian ideology. Max Weber was a German sociologist, classical era sociologist. His thinking and analysis were different from Auguste Comte and Emile Durkheim. His idea concerned German thought but reflected European and Western flavor. Written on a social action, bureaucracy, methodology of social science, his formulation like Versentin still required clarification. His concepts carry higher value in theoretical contents but operationalism have problems. He defined sociology as an interpretative understanding of social action. His qualities were, while during action, actor must take into account the presence of another actor and work or particle guided by it. Second, the actor must attach a subjective meaning to it. He has written about subjectivity versus objectivity issue in social science. His formulation on Protestant ethics and its relationship with rise of capitalism were widely accepted and acclaimed. Marx's study had positive relationship between the Protestant ethics and development of capitalism. Now we will talk about the second era, that is contemporary period. Classical period established sociology as an independent discipline, but contemporary period mainly concerned has been on only to come out the classical image but also to carry on the subject further. Scholar tried to learn from previous shortcoming, taking inspiration and rebuilding subject were the main concern. Now let's take the first sociologist, that is Talcott Parson. Subtopic 7. Parson's action theory. Talcott Parson was a sociologist from USA. He contributed on theory of social action, discussed about action frame of reference and social system and on evolution. His contribution AGIL, paradigm and pattern had variable scheme. He reviewed several scholars from classical sociology and social scientists. He believed that he could present an integrated theoretical point of view. He integrated point of view of psychologists like Sigmund Freud, economists like Alfred Marshall, and sociologists like Wilfredo Palpro, Emile Durkheim, and Max Weber. He believed that all the contributions made by various social scientists lead in one direction to arrive at, or rather converge at, one single notion of what he calls social action. Want to understand how social and cultural value are internalized into personality system. The social system, 1951, he said about three essential components that are personality system, social system, and cultural system. The working paper in the Theory of Action in 1953, Talcott with Robert Bales and Edward Shields, explained about agile paradigm. A for adaptation, J stands for goal and attainment, I for integration, and L for latency. His theoretical formulation called pattern variable scheme, it suggests that either an individual or community as an actor has important choice to make against two polar opposite categories. He referred to 5 sets of alternative choices. His book, The Social System in 1951, he discussed about these choices. He have also written on medical profession and theories of evolution. His was criticized because Western society said it to be difficult and need to be simpler, and also because his works are too much theoretical in nature and appears as grand theories. Hence, these must be comprehended. Now, the second sociologist for contemporary period is Robert K. Merton. In order for sociology to grow up as a subject, it was necessary to strike a balance between theoretical formulation and factual information. Robert K. Merton, in 1910, he was a USA sociologist. He struck reasonable balance between theory and fact. He argued to develop research methodology that have balance between theory and fact. He tried to improve quality of both. When he attempted to rebuild and reformulate functional theory, he identified several mistakes. He explained interplay between theory and facts, social theory and social structure. In 1968, he have his views on social research and functional theory in it. He had three postulates: the postulate of functional unity of theory, the postulate of universal functionalism, the postulate of indispensability. Middle range theories and reference group theory are necessary in contemporary world. Subtopic 3.8, recent advances in sociological theories. New stream of thought emerging out apart from philosophical background of positivism. This thought initiated and encouraged German sociologists like Max Weber. Max Weber defined sociology as an interpretative understanding of social action. He initiated the debate on why the elements of subjective understanding and verstation should be included in sociology. The issue of subjectivity versus objectivity, phenomenology, and ethnomethodology research area evolved. They concerned with recent advances in sociological research. Postmodernism and globalization also emerged. Sometimes theories and perspective have been interchangeably used. Popular perspective are functional perspective by Emile Durkheim and Robert K. Merton, conflict perspective by Marx, exchange perspective by B. Malinowski, symbolic interactionist perspective by Herbert Blumer. Subtopic 9, the concept of paradigm. It was by Kuhn, Kuhn. Kuhn suggested development within a discipline. His book entitled Structure of Scientific Revolution, he called these sudden changes paradigm shift. Three phases he had described, that is pre-scientific phase, normal science, paradigm shift. First, in initial phase, that is pre-scientific phase, theories of explanation are incomplete and competing with one another. In second phase, that is normal science, single theory or a set of theories emerge dominant, which Kuhn called a paradigm. Now third, that is in paradigm shift, the situation is one where the previous theories have proved to be redundant. It's natural process and repeats. Here theories should be modified on a abandon or give complete theoretical explanation, which offer more complete and better explanation for both science, social science, and world view as whole. For example, Copernicus gave Ptolemy position Earth revolve around the sun and sun is not revolving. Second, Einstein theory of relativity replaced Newton gravity. According to Kuhn, paradigm shift implies replacement of previous theory. The shift is total. Language we use, development of new concept, word meaning is part of paradigm shift, so are norms, value, and mores. It provides new view to word. Concept of paradigm have two aspects. First, which engulfs the whole and subsumes its various parts on subset. It comprises all the procedure of science or social science. This is global paradigm. Theories and practices which bolster the existing paradigm of society globe. Sociological theory should not be confused with religious or metaphysical assertions, not comparable with philosophical guidelines. There are some challenges to sociological theories. First, come from huge amount of data that have been generated after World War II. Second come from process of change that are taking shape at various levels of society. Processes of social change keep on going. Some phenomena required studies, for example, AIDS, terrorism. Third came when society at large had undergone some significant period of time. Fourth come due to some misconception about sociology. This was all about chapter 3. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more content related to IGNOU. If you have any query, you can comment down below. Thank you.